Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Sue Sanger. I am one of the city council members here in St. Louis Park, and I am also the mayor pro tem of the city. We have here today three other of our city council members as well: Ann Mavity, Jake Spano, and Steve Halfin. Our mayor, Jeff Jacobs, wanted to be here today, but unfortunately he cannot. That's why I'm here in his stead. So we are here today to welcome all of you to the beginning of a construction process that will be a big improvement for St. Louis Park. We're celebrating the groundbreaking of a project that the City Council, the city staff, our consultants, the local business owners, and local property owners have been involved in for, quite a few years at this point. We've all worked together to bring this project to fruition, and we're very excited that, and relieved in my case, that we are here today to be able to start the process. We're confident that building this new grade separated interchange will improve safety, it will decrease congestion, it will improve access, and it will improve traffic operations for all kinds of modes of transportation: vehicles, bicycles, pedestrians, and so forth, as well as those people who will be using the hopeful new light rail transit station, which will be just to our south. Beyond St. Louis Park, we've also worked on this project with various partners at the state, regional, local, and federal level. Without them, frankly, this project would not have happened. We have been working also with the local, in partnership with the local property owners, the local businesses, and so on, to help us make sure that we can all get to this point. So I'm very glad you're here. I welcome you all. And at this point, I'm going to turn the mic over to Scott McBride from the Minnesota Department of Transportation.
Thank you, Sue. Well, I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to be here, and certainly excited to be representing the Minnesota Department of Transportation today. Sue mentioned the partnership. Truly it is a partnership at the local level and with MnDOT. But one unique thing about this project is it's also a partnership with DEED. DEED and MnDOT have formed a program called the Transportation and Economic Development Program. And this project received $3 million in funding from that program. And it's unique because, of course, it's a great transportation project. We're going to improve access to the local community. We're going to improve mobility. We're going to improve safety and operations of our system. But it's unique because it's a partnership on the economic development side. The TED program is set up to do a number of things. They are to create and preserve jobs, for one. And just about a week from now, as you'll see the machines start to roll out here, it's people being put to work. So it's one of the main goals of our TED program. We seek to increase our economic competitiveness of this region, which is a big thing for us. Improving the local tax base is important to our local partners. And I mentioned, of course, the safety and mobility. The financing from the TED program is really helpful in kind of getting that last dollar in. These projects are very difficult to finance. A number of partners come together to do this. We have regional money in here, we have MnDOT money, we have local money in here, and now the TED program finances that last piece and helps to really provide the financing and provide the link between transportation and economic development. So it's an extremely important program for us, and it's helped us to be able to get at a number of jobs just like this project here at Louisiana on Highway 7. And before I go, I would also like to thank a number of people here, because we're standing right now at the link between the design process and the construction process. So our design team, people at MnDOT, the SEH team has been instrumental in delivering this project up to this point. And now MnDOT team and our local partners will work with McCrossin and the McCrossin construction team in order to build this project. So we're very happy to be standing at this point today And the next piece, of course, will not come without its impacts. So the last thing I'd like to do is thank the local residents and businesses here, because there will be impacts associated with this construction. We will work through them as best we can to try to keep people moving, try to keep business accessible. And that is a very commendable thing for the local partners to be able to come together to develop this project. And now we will build it, and ultimately we'll all be back here in very short order to cut a ribbon, hopefully at some point. So thank you very much. And now I'd like to turn it over to City Manager Tom Harmoning. Scott McBride.
Thank you very much, Scott. My name's Tom Harmoning, City Manager, just to spell that, Harmening. I'm going to echo a lot of what Scott and Sue said. To undertake a project like this really requires everybody to be pulling on the oar at the same time. And I just want to specifically note some people that were very instrumental in bringing this project about. From a city staff perspective, I want to recognize Mike Reardon, our Director of Engineering, Scott Brink, our City Engineer, and Jim Olson, the project engineer, who worked tirelessly on this project. The Short Elliott Hendrickson team has done just outstanding work for us, and with MnDOT, the Met Council, Environmental Services on bringing this project design to fruition. And I'd also like to thank in advance our contractor, C.S. McCrossin, who's going to actually build this project. We're looking forward to working with them. McCrossin has a very good reputation. We're very fortunate to have them as our general contractor. Scott mentioned before thanking our local business owners and residents. I think it's important to reiterate that undertaking almost a $30 million project, $22 million of that is construction, does have its impacts. Our local business community has been working very cooperatively. I want to thank the Twin West Chamber of Commerce for helping to organize our business community, and two business owners in particular, Rachel O'Brien with Ready Rents and Phil Weber with Park Tavern. They were very helpful in organizing the business community in this area and made it easy for us to communicate with them and try to work out issues that might affect our business community. Projects like this with a construction cost of about $22 million, an overall project cost of $30 million don't come along every day in St. Louis Park. It's a big project for us to undertake. In fact, this is the single largest capital improvement project the City of St. Louis Park has ever led, and there is no way we could have done this by ourselves. We very much needed the assistance of MnDOT, the Met Council, the federal government, the Metropolitan Council Environmental Services to make this project become a reality. Just to give you an example of the funding sources that were involved in this project, Scott touched on it. We received back in 2008 a Federal Surface Transportation Fund grant, a competitively obtained grant of almost $7.8 million. MnDOT's committed to this project financially and with in-kind services of about $3.4 million. The Metropolitan Council Environmental Services is providing more than $3 million to this project to help build a new sanitary sewer force main. Recently, the Transportation Advisory Board and the Met Council approved another $3.5 million for this project. And then, to just echo what Scott said, what really helped put this project over the top was the $3 million we received in the TED grant from the state and from the Metropolitan Council, I believe, was involved. From DEED. Thank you, Scott. So we're very fortunate. I just want to thank everybody again for their tremendous support for this very important project. I think lastly, though, I want to recognize a body that really had the courage to keep this project moving forward, and that's our City Council. About 3 years ago, we were really at a kind of a crossroads in terms of whether we were going to continue on with this project, and the council decided at that time that this project was important enough to our community and to the region that we really needed to keep moving forward. They could have stopped at that time. They did not. They felt that this project was competitive, that we would get the necessary funding, and they were right. So our City Council deserves a great deal of credit for the courage that they had to keep this project moving forward.
closer for a picture then? Just